Welcome back to the Heater Dynasty podcast. I'm your host, Eric Heater, your one-stop shop for all your fantasy football needs, and we are talking about Week 7 Thursday Night Showdown between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. There's an over-under of 42.5 with a minus 5.5 line towards the Steelers. This could be an interesting game, but before I jump too far ahead of myself, I want to take a moment to give another shout out to my friend James. Thank you so much for purchasing my lineup builder on Etsy. You're awesome. If you have any suggestions, by all means reach out to me, and I'd love to hear what you think. And for any of the rest of you, if you're interested in getting this tool as well, it's available on my Patreon. You can get the season pass for $15, or you can do a week access pass for just $5. So I've already got it posted for this week, the NFL Week 7 lineup builder tool. You'll get access to every slate. So this week we've got a Thursday night football slate. We've got another international game, a Sunday night football, a Monday night doubleheader again, and then of course the main slate. So feel free to check it out. And if you like it, you get a $5 credit within that. So then you'll be able to get the lineup builder for just $10. So it's a great deal. The other option is to go on Etsy. You can get for $15 for the whole season pass. Same thing, just different site. But yeah, before turning this too much into an infomercial, let's jump into this slate. It looks like an interesting week, honestly. It's a division matchup, which is always fun. But the real saga, if you saw it, was Joe Flacco getting traded to the Bengals from the Browns. And Mike Tomlin had plenty of words to say about it. He was not a happy camper by any means, but it definitely makes this game a much more interesting slate, and I hopefully will make the Bengals players more relevant. So the obvious answer would be to pick the Steelers players, like a 4-2 build, Steelers with 2 bringbacks of the Bengals. But honestly, with the way this NFL season has been looking, and with the now addition of Joe Flacco, I'm half tempted to flip the script and to do 4-2 Bengals builds and just say, Aaron Rodgers, your time is up. We're moving on. But it might come back to bite me, but I kind of think that's the way I'm leaning this week. But let's break down the actual individual plays first, and then we'll build some lineups together and see if you all agree with me or if you're thinking differently. But when we're looking at this slate, it's pretty well priced. I feel like they're getting tighter on the salaries, which is awesome. Let's sort this by flex. So Jamar Chase, the most expensive player on the slate, understandably, followed by DK Metcalf, and then T. Higgins, and then followed by the 2 quarterbacks. So that tells you right now, these 2 quarterbacks, neither one of them is mobile. This is strictly about strictly passing quarterbacks, and they're both kind of just statues in the pocket at this point in their career. Given that, I don't know that I want to play both of them. However, if this game is to lean towards the Bengals winning it, it's going to be in a shootout. So, if we are building that way, we might have both quarterbacks, but we'll have to wait and see when we get to salaries if we can make that fit or not. But let's see here. Jamar Chase. So, he's most likely the most rostered captain play. Yep, that's what it looks like here. Sorry, this is my first time looking at it with you all, so I'm kind of figuring out as we go as well. But that's one of the nice thing about this tool. You don't have to prep too much. You just kind of plug and play. So, all right. So let's see here. So that's that. The next most popular captain projection is going to be Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf. Okay, so basically the 2 quarterbacks, the 2 wide receiver ones, and then you have Jaylen Warren, the RB1 for the Steelers, followed by Kenneth Gainwell and Chase Brown, the RB1 for the Bengals. So I do think that those are going to be your most rostered captains. I do think it might be, when you look at these numbers, the pivot off of Jamar Chase and putting DK Metcalf up there is going to give you a lot of leverage. That's something that sticks out to me. And honestly, captain projection-wise, they're not that much different. So I definitely think I'm going to want to be getting DK Metcalf in the captain spot. Jaylen Warren, even though he has some high roster percentage, I definitely think I want to see him in the captain perspective as well. Definitely if you're doing a 4-2 Steelers build, I think Jaylen Warren makes sense. They try to slow this game down, control the clock, because Cincinnati's going to be able to score on offense, but their defense is total crap. So that would definitely be the game plan. If I was Tomlin, I would slow this game down. I would control the clock, have the ball in Aaron Rodgers' hands, and just run it down their throats. But we'll see what happens. This is, once again, another game where the kickers are both definitely in play. Both teams have great kickers. Chris Boswell, Evan McPherson. I think from a roster percentage, they're pretty similar. It's going to be more what kind of builds you make. And then the Steelers' defense is definitely in the cards. And if you wanted to be crazy, because it's just a single game, the Bengals definitely are in there as well. However, the Bengals have just been total trash on defense. So I'm not sure I'm going to be getting there, but that is an option. Let's do something that we haven't done before. Let's kind of sort it from the lowest salary first and see if there's any gems that kind of stick out here that we are interested in. So right off the bat, see these numbers, I don't really trust this. These are just like optimism or algorithms. I don't actually think I want any of these four players. Charlie Jones, I know, has some work in the special teams, like a punt returner, kick returner situation. So that might be interested if you think that they get that. But outside of that, I think the lowest I'm comfortable going, I think Drew Sample, any of these tight ends for the Bengals are a possibility. Connor Haywood, Drew Sample, I think those are, and Tanner Hudson. Cincinnati tends to get their tight ends involved, especially Joe Flacco, quick dump offs. So those are in play. Darnell Washington's been having much more, been a part of the game plan for the Steelers, so he's definitely in play at 2,000. Caleb Johnson's got to get involved at some point. He's their rookie running back, but we haven't seen it yet, so I'm not sure I'm willing to go there yet. And then Yoshi here, Andre Yoshevez. Yeah, he's their third or fourth option, so you can throw him in there if you really need some salary savings, but I'm not sure that I trust it. All right, so yeah, looking at all this, I think we have a pretty narrow player pool that we're going to be interested in. So let's sort this again by this, get that up that top. And looking over here, see if anything sticks out to us before we start building some lineups together. No, I think we kind of discussed it. So let's try to build it with some core players. So let's start with DK Metcalf. Let's start with a 4-2 build in favor of the Steelers. This is going to be a traditional build. So if I am going with the Steelers, I think I would have DK Metcalf as my top captain's choice. And then I would automatically throw in Aaron Rodgers with him. Jaylen Warren is another person I think I'd want to add in there. And then assuming this is the case, I'm going to say the Steelers defense because, well, it's up to you whether you want to do Steelers defense or if you want to do their kicker. So let's do the kicker. Actually, no. Let's do Evan McPherson. Is it McPherson or McPherson? Let's see. Oh, okay, there we go. And then let's forego Joe Flacco. Let's see if we can fit Jamar Chase in here. I think we can. Nope, too much. That makes sense. So you're going to be forced to make some sort of choice, which is good. We don't want it to be too easy, or else the builds are all going to be the same. Okay, so let's go T. Higgins then. And then at 1,200 left, we're going to leave a little salary on the table. Who can we go to here? Maybe we go... Maybe one of these Pittsburgh tight ends. So maybe Connor Hayward. He just caught a touchdown. That would be a possibility here. So something like that. Okay. I don't love it, but that's the first one. That's a start. Let's flip it. If we're going to flip it, I know Jamar Chase is going to be the popular captain choice, but let's do it. Jamar Chase, Joe Flacco. It just means we're going to have to build differently elsewhere. Let's just do DK Metcalf and Jaylen Warren. This is going to leave hardly any salary. All right, so we're saying this is more of a... maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe get Jaylen Warren off the table. Maybe we go double quarter... No, let's skip the quarterback. Let's throw another receiver in here for the Steelers. Calvin Austin. Yeah, I like that. So in this build, we're saying that it's just a shootout back and forth, but then the Cincinnati Bengals are scoring more than the Steelers. Maybe they don't win, but they keep with the game and keep it a lot closer than the -5.5 spread suggests. Let's see who else we can throw in here. This is going to be a tough one. I keep saying this week after week. It's tough, but this is good. This is making it more challenging. So Cincinnati, maybe we throw in one of these tight ends I was talking about. Who do we want? Let's do Tanner Hudson. He always seems to play really well in these island games. And then at 3,800, what does that leave us with? Okay, so this one would be weird, but what if you went Bengals defense? And we're just saying something like the Bengals get a pick six or something like that, or a special teams return touchdown. I don't know. Weirder things have happened. That's a possibility. Let's go with more of a traditional build. So this is if we're assuming it's a slower game script, we're going to say this is the way Mike Tomlin wants it to play out. We got Jaylen Warren. We definitely got the Steelers. We're going to throw Chris Boswell in there. If it's a slower game, it's a slower scoring or a lower scoring game. So Chris Boswell, I'm going to put both kickers in. Maybe we just throw in one. We got so much money. Okay, so then we're going to throw in Jamar Chase. We say no quarterbacks and DK Metcalf. Oh, that's too much. I wasn't looking at the salary. Okay, so we got 92 to work with. So not DK. But we could do... You could put Chase Brown in there. No, I don't want to do a 3-3. I want to do a 4-2. All right, so Calvin Austin it is. They're wide receiver 2. Okay. So that's interesting. If we wanted to get DK in there, we could do this exact same build. But take out... Maybe we take out Chris Boswell. We'll say that they scored on the ground. We go DK here. And then at 4,200, we go somewhere more like Jonnu. Is that enough money? Yeah, we could make Jonnu fit, but that would be just $200 left. So maybe we drop down to... All right, well, let's just do that. Let's put Jonnu in for now. See what we think. Okay, so that's the best looking one so far. But we can definitely... I thought I fixed this. Why are these showing up this way? So when I'm looking at roster percentage for these games, I'm thinking anywhere from 125% to 185% as the green range, based on what winning lineups have looked like in the past. So I must not have actually adjusted this. We'll adjust this real quick just so you can see how to do this. Yeah, it didn't get adjusted. Weird. Okay, so then 124, 125 through 185. A little peek behind the curtain here. And then anything greater than 185 is red. So then when we're done here, you'll see this one is a little too off the wall for my liking. This one is perfect. Hide this. Put this away. This one is definitely off the wall. This one is lower, but it's still a good lineup. Okay, so based on that, how would we change this one? So maybe we, because this is the double tight end, so maybe we get off of Calvin Austin for 92. I think we got to throw a quarterback in if you want it to be a better lineup, which isn't gonna fit. 7,200. Maybe we do. Oh, Kenneth Gainwell. How did I forget about him? Okay, yeah. So like a running game where the two of their running backs get there. I like that. It's a little different, but then puts us in a better range. Yeah, no, I like that better. That's good. Now, same with this one. So that's why I have these colors in here, is just to kind of help you not get too galaxy brain, not too off the wall crazy. Like here, we got Tanner Hudson at 0% roster percentage. That might change because it's a little early in the day still. Well, it's Wednesday night, so it's definitely it might change tomorrow when people start putting more lineups in. But maybe we go down to, instead of Tanner Hudson, we do. I guess I don't like Mike Gesicki in this place though. Is he hurt? Is that why he's 0? Let's go Drew Sample. Let's go Drew Sample. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe Tanner Hudson got hurt or something, because that's weird to me. All right, so that's a little better. Maybe we just get off of this lineup. All right, let's try a new one with Jamar Chase here. So let's go Jamar Chase. Let's go Joe Flacco. Let's switch this up. Let's go Joe Flacco at the top. And then let's put both wide receivers in there. We're saying that this is a shootout and that both wide receivers get there. And Joe Flacco throws like 3 or 4 touchdowns. We're going to have DK Metcalf in that situation. I'm not sure if we can fit that. No, that's way too much. Okay, we got to get off the board there. So then Calvin Austin. We'll throw in Chris Bosworth. What's his name? Boswell. Sorry, Chris. And then at 1,200, we can definitely fit somebody in there. Let's throw in Drew Sample. Let's do it. Let's do Drew Sample. So much lower owned. I don't think I trust this, though. I think this is going to change. So I do think that's a solid lineup. But anyway, there's a couple to build there to run with. Definitely don't be afraid to get way off the wall on this one. It's a Thursday night. They tend to be lower scoring games. It's already a pretty low over-under. So definitely don't be afraid of your defenses, multiple kickers, anything like that. As we've seen so far, anything can happen, and a lot of these slates have been much different than what is being projected and what the professionals are telling you. So go with your gut. Good luck. And one last thing I wanted to do before I get out of here. I want to give you a sneak peek, something I've been working on. So you're going to want to check out my website later on, because I'm going to be posting this data. I've basically been tracking all of the metrics and everything of all the players and created a couple charts, which I think are going to be helpful for you, both for the whole season long and then by week. So something to check out. Check out my Patreon. We'll give you a update when this goes live, hopefully in the next couple days or so. But yeah, just wanted to show this to you. And anyway, good luck this week, and we'll see you soon.